Hey guys, Scott, Fins and Feathers. It's our Blevins Branch update. This is our first update, so this is number 2 in the series, so to speak. We got a lot of stuff done, honestly. It's been really fun. Sarah's currently standing in the food plot. This is kind of our entrance. Everything back that way is just a muddy mess. We're getting the driveway fixed later on this week, hopefully. But here we planted some azaleas and some hydrangeas, and then just some cover crop. If you guys ever need just a good cover crop, contractors mix at your local hardware store is awesome. It's usually going to be a mix depending on the time of year, so you get like a winter mix or a summer mix, and usually it'll have rye, wheat, alfalfa, fescue, just all kinds of stuff that grows really well if you just need something green and to decrease the amounts of erosion or the possibility of erosion. We need rain. Gosh, big guy, help me out. We need rain, like really badly. But otherwise, everything's looking good. So let's look over here at the food plot. So yeah, it does look kind of void right now. There's still some green, as you can see, but not a lot. But if you come over here and look really closely, all right, so if you guys can see this, so this is actually wheat and rye. Some have germinated, some have not, but these are the sprouts coming up from the germination. And then right here, super hard to see, and I'm sure the focus is gonna be terrible on this, but we have little pieces of clover as well that are coming up. So this field, oh my gosh, I don't know about this macro photography Sarah's doing right now, but this field has clover, oats, and rye in it, and it's all doing good. I planted some chufa, but it hasn't germinated yet. Supposedly chufa doesn't do well with frost. So, but if it's underground, it should be fine. So, I don't know. Maybe it's germinated and got smoked, or it hasn't germinated at all, which is fine too. But that's food plot, as you can see. All right, I almost forgot. So actually, I'm going to plant some flowers. So I've got flowers from back home. We were just in East Tennessee last week, and I asked my mom and my aunt to give me flowers that I could plant here on the Blevins Branch or whatever. And these are super cool because I honestly don't remember what these are. She gave me like 3 types. So I'll find that out and let you guys know. But these plants originated at their homestead. So my grandfather and grandmother, where they lived after he got out of World War II. So I think that's just super, super cool. So the lineage of some of these plants that I'm planting originated in East Tennessee from my grandfather after the war. And now we're going to plant them here today on the coast of North Carolina, which I think is super cool. Call me a dork if you want. I think it's awesome. All right, let's plant a few of these. All right, so although I don't know exactly what these flowers are, I do know that they're rhizomes. So a rhizome is any plant that their root system, they grow out and then up. So not a bulb, not like a tulip bulb, but any plant that grows out and up. A lot of the plants, actually the majority of the plants that we use for aquatic plantings with Fins and Feathers are rhizominous. So we're just gonna dig a shallow hole. All right, I know this soil looks like crap, but this is just topsoil that I put on it. But the soil under it's actually super, super good. Biotone, guys. I'm not trying to endorse or whatever. This stuff is awesome. It's a really good organic, slow growing or slow releasing fertilizer. It's a plant starter, as it says on here. Just super, super good. Basically anything you plant, you can put it out. Sarah loves the way it smells because it smells like chicken poop. So just a couple handfuls, and we're just going to set these in here shallow, fill back around them. I'll come back later and water them in, and that's it. We now have plants from East Tennessee that have made their long trip to the coast of North Carolina. All right, so before we go over and show you guys my awesome garden, which has actually come along really well, I want to do some seeding. So I want to show you all kind of what we're doing here. This is a really good way to seed and just to take care of land if you don't have a massive tractor. I don't have a massive tractor. I've got this ugly 4-wheeler and a bunch of attachments that work really well. So like this one, this was like 300 bucks from Tractor Supply. So basically it's just a pull behind seed spreader. You can adjust the amount of flow, the direction of flow, all that stuff. It's a really good product. And so basically I can do everything with my UTV other than actually tilling the soil, which I've got a good friend that does that for me. But with this, and then with the drag that you'll see later, basically I can plant anything that's a shallow seed planting with this setup here, which is great. All right, so I've got some leftover wheat that I'm just going to throw in there just because I want to get rid of it. And then we're going to do some more rye and some brown top millet. This will give us different heights of ground cover. And then now we're going to put in some millet on top of that as well. Alright, as I've said before, I'm not a farmer. I don't know what I'm doing. So I think these are about 50 pounds per acre. So we got about 75, 80 pounds of seed in here right now. I'm going to mix it up a little bit just to get a good even coverage. And then we're just going to go ride around in circles. That's what Sarah's good at, riding in circles. Alright, and that's it. Just going to pull this around. We'll set the adjustment on the slinger so that way it slings at a certain amount. And we'll go pretty thick then, because the thicker you go, or the more flow you have out of the spreader, the faster you can go to cover more ground. Alright, so that's a good, just a way to show you guys what this thing's made of. I've actually got it on really fast right now, so I put out about probably 30 pounds of seed right then. So you can, like, again, you can change it, set the parameters however you want, but you can get a really good coverage with this stuff. So here shortly we'll go get the harrow rake and we'll rake it in. Alright, let's go look at the garden, which is awesome. Alright, so this is a new, I don't know, trail system that we got put in basically. Sorry, I know the camera footage is super shaky, but basically I had an excavator with a cutter head on the bottom of it, a fecon head you guys might call it, come through and basically just cut trails through here, which I still need to clean up by the number of vines hit me in the face. But it opened up a lot of land. I got about 200 yards of distance, and we got two kind of like little small food plots. One of them is super, super nice. They're both cool, but one of them's like in the swamp. There's swamp on both sides, which I'll show you in a second. So really happy with it. All right, so here's one of the plots that we got made. Does it look like crap? Right now, yeah, but that's fine. We got a lot of work to do. But basically, he brought in the machine with the fecon head or the cutter head and just cleared out anything that was small. So basically, like you can see on this tree, this all used to be a pine, obviously. So he was able to push it over and then mulch it up. And then I came back in with a mini excavator and pushed all the mulch out of the way. So it's just going to take time for all this stuff to degrade. But as it does, it'll continue looking better and better. And it's already open space, right? So things can grow, whether it's natural or stuff I planted. But either way, we now have sunlight penetration. So it can actually, you know, work better as far as photosynthesis for all the smaller plants that are usually better forage for our wildlife compared to just these super, super thick canopies like we currently have. All right, guys, so again, this is kind of the downfall of the way we did it, is you just have a ton of mulch, but it's going to disintegrate, right? So I'll definitely keep y'all updated on that, but this was way, way more cost effective than to bring in like a large scale excavator, knock everything over, grub it out, then you got all the material, right? So I'm scared to burn, don't want to burn down our new house. So this is definitely the best option for us. All right, here's the future Fins and Feathers operation. This is how we get to write this off on the taxes, because it's Fins and Feathers. Sponsored by Fins and Feathers. I give you a concrete pad. Not too exciting right now, but it's gonna work. 30 by 40 shed, 2 bay doors, lean-to on the left-hand side. We'll have like a deer processing or game processing area, which Sarah's gonna be really excited about, because then I don't have to clean deer in my driveway, which is kind of looked down upon if you live in an HOA. I don't know. But it's not in the bylaws, so legally I can do it. So left-hand side, lean-to, all kinds of fun stuff. Back side, we got a door coming in there so I can pull the Ranger in. So if you look down there, Sarah, you'll see that each morning, basically my walk to work will be from our house, through our garden, into our shop here, which is gonna be super fun. And I'm so impatient. I just want people to work really hard and get things done. But we're getting there, it's coming. We're very thankful that we can do it. All right, now we're at my favorite place of the property, the whole property. This is my favorite. All right, so as you see, we have got some work done. Chicken coop is set. I've got the pilings drove and settled, or concreted in, I should say. Hopefully we're going to work on the fence tomorrow and the roof for that and the door. And we now have 10 raised bed gardens, which are super nice. Those are all 6 by 12. Honestly, I wish I would have went like 4 by 8 because I wanted to be able to sit down, lean over, and kind of dig in and do my thing. I'll show you in a second. And those are honestly kind of big, but I guess bigger is better. I don't know, we'll see. We've got everything planted that we can right now. Follow me, Sarah. So we got grapes, and look, before y'all start, yes, everything's planted too close. When it starts getting out of hand, I'll replant it somewhere where it should do better. Grapes, blueberries, mulberries, blackberries, raspberries. Oh my goodness, getting wet. Strawberries in the back. Well, just come on, I'll show you. Starting out some planters. We hadn't had rain in like, I don't know, a week. So everything looks like crap. That's why we're currently watering. Here's a cool little note. If you're a cucumber, you don't like it when it gets to be 36 degrees at night. Those are done. Those are toast. It's my fault. That's what I get for being impatient. So we won't even say we got cucumbers. We'll say that we have zucchini planted, which is probably going to be toast too, but we'll see. Peppers of all varieties and types. Tomatoes, we got beefsteak, Cherokee, purple Cherokee, I think, and something else, I don't know. We have the tab. Those look like they did okay last night, but we'll see. Here we've got, if you guys don't like this, just fast forward through it. Spinach, Brussels sprouts. These are Sarah's Brussels sprouts, so if they don't do good, my mom is not going to be very happy. All right, Sarah. Here we've got some leeks. This one's doing really well. So the onions are coming up, or I'm sorry, garlic. So that's garlic. Plenty of individual bulbs. We've got some Swiss chard down there, some chives. This was where I remember what I was saying about how well contractor blend grows. This is actually wheat that I was, I don't know, I guess it fell out of the Ranger or something and decided it was going to grow right there. Strawberries, they're looking really good. We've actually got some buds. And babe, right here is our first strawberry, I think. Look at this little guy, he's super cute. We have our first strawberry. Over here we have onions and potatoes, which are doing really well. Planted these as bulbs, as well as the potatoes or whatever. But so the potatoes in the middle, and then we got rows of onions on top of those, which are again doing really well. And then here we have more onions, broccoli, cauliflower, romaine lettuce, more broccoli and cauliflower. We got kind of crazy when we went to buy plants, honestly, but that's okay. If you guys live in the area and you want some broccoli and cauliflower, let me know. Got the, I don't think this was here last time, so we got the greenhouse in, which I love. Always wanted a greenhouse. I'm super excited. And we got my shed. The shed smells like dogs, but that's okay. I saved $1,000 on it, so it's cool. Come in here and check out the greenhouse. So just when you walk in, it's noticeable. It's probably what, like 60, 62 degrees outside right now, and I bet it's like 75 or 80, which is super cool. So I've got some seedlings, bunching onions, zucchini, cucumbers, peas, beans, all kinds of stuff. But it's just a really good way to do it. Looking forward to utilizing it. I'm going to put in a fan. Once we get power in, we'll have a fan here, as well as have it plumbed up for water. So it should be pretty self-sufficient. Let's go check out this awesome dog-smelling shed. Here's a shed. It's a shed. I mean, you know, whatever. But here I'll keep all my fertilizer, you know, whatever, stuff like that, garden tools and such. If Sarah's bad, I'll put her out here at the dogs. All right, so here are our trees. These are persimmons. I won't go through all of them. Basically, we have persimmons, figs, pears, peach, apple. Is that it? I think that's it. They're planted too close. I did that wrong. We are going to move some of them, just thin it out a little bit, but they are too close. One thing I did, which I think is going to work out really well, is I planted watermelons in planter boxes. I think watermelons will do better in shade from what I understand. So they'll have a little bit of shade from the trees, the pines that are here, I should say, as well as the trees as they grow, and then they're going to have a ton of room to spread out. So I know it looks like crap right now, but imagine mulch throughout all this area, and then the fence is going to look super good too. More watermelons. Again, you know, this is a indicator of the frost we had last night, so Are they gonna make it? I don't know. I'll let you guys know in a week or so. Gemini says no, but Gemini could be wrong. This one's looking really good. So this is a pineapple pear. I know we're like 2 or 3 years out on stuff, but patience isn't one of my virtues. But the plants or the trees look really well. They're growing really good. They're hardy and sturdy. I mean, this was 24 bucks, so nothing crazy. Oh, apricot. I forgot about the apricots. So here's one of those starting to bud. Again, the trees are doing really good, especially for the lack of rain. Here we have our blueberries over here. We have some buds already starting to come up, which is cool. If you guys can see those. Blackberries and then raspberries. So my next project is I will actually build trellises on each side. The blackberries and the raspberries both like to grow up and out. So I planted them in the center. I'll trellis them on the right and left hand side as they grow up. Then that way I can pick the berries like this whenever they finally grow. That one's a little flower there. So that's about it. Everything's looking good. It's coming along. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Almost forgot. So here's a more detailed overview of the chicken coop. Super cool chicken coop. We got it from I think Backyard Barns on 74 in Brunswick County. So here's where they'll lay. Honestly, these chickens are gonna have a nicer place than a lot of people. So they'll be laying there. I'll have to obviously take care of their beds and all that. And then here are the post I got drove. We'll have the door right here, and then we'll have fencing the whole way up, and then a sloped roof on the back side. So should be super cool. I planted these little flower pots last week, and again, things just don't do well without water. But hopefully we'll get some rain soon. All right, hope y'all enjoyed that little update on Blevins Branch. I'll see you guys again in a week or so. Thanks.